Hey, thanks for watching. This is Jim Langley. Today I'm sharing a very special vintage steel custom bicycle, an Oxford cyclocross / gravel bike built for me by Bonny Doon, California frame builder Jim Oxford. This beauty came out of his garage workshop way back in 1983. The story behind this unique machine is that I was seriously racing cyclocross in the 1980s and doing pretty well when it was announced that the USA National Cyclocross Championships would be held in Santa Cruz, California, literally in my backyard. That got me thinking about getting a custom bike built for that huge race. I was pretty sure I could design a better bike than what was available off the shelf. I wanted a quicker, more responsive frame, better and more predictable handling, plus excellent climbing. For the frame and front end geometry, I copied a custom English cross bike built by Hitchens, because it performed great. The one change was to significantly shorten the chainstays. Also on my design, since drop chains and bent derailleurs were a common issue in cyclocross, I wanted to go with a 1x drivetrain. And I wanted more mud clearance for the tires and beneath the bottom bracket so the toe clips and straps wouldn't hit anything when I was mounting and dismounting. But the biggest difference from standard cross bikes of the time was that I wanted a bike with 26-inch wheels and fatter tires, which I knew would mean more traction, better control, and likely eliminate flats. In the 80s, it was still legal to run these wheels and tires, but few people did. At the time, Keith Bontrager, the engineer now behind every Bontrager bicycle product, was building frames here in Santa Cruz, and he had just come out with his cut-down rims. Ingeniously, he cut and removed a section from narrow Mavic 700C rims to turn them into 26-inch narrow rims. It was revolutionary because the narrower rims were much lighter, they improved braking a lot, plus they made mountain bike tires rounder for more flotation and grip. I reached out to Keith, bought some of his cut-down rims, and they're still on the bike today. The artist who made my frame, Jim Oxford, built about 100 frames in the 1980s. I have this bike and a road racing frame made in '85 too. Here's a look at that. He usually built with lugs favoring Henry James lugs, fork crowns, and bottom brackets. This road Oxford does have Henry James lugs, but Jim embellished them into much more fancy lugs at my request, and I love how tastefully he did it. I also love the curved brake bridge and super clean internal shift cable routing. This bike is built with Tanguay Prestige tubing, which makes it super light. It's a wonderful climber. In contrast, on my cross bike, Jim fillet brazed the tubes, which were a blend of Reynolds, Columbus, and Ishiwata. He reinforced the down tube and fork for the abuse of cross racing. For the oversized riser stem, he used a piece from a Unicrown fork. Just like on modern stems, Jim brazed an extension tube inside the fork steer so that the stem simply mounts with pinch bolts. Notice the sloping top tube, which provides more clearance and makes it easy to swing your foot over the tube for faster foot forward dismounts. Some of the custom touches on the frame include the fleur-de-lis seat point, the seat stay end caps, the curved chainstay cutouts for additional tire clearance, the ovalized seat tube where it meets the bottom bracket, the lovely rear cable hanger, and the clean cable routing. The strap on the bike makes shouldering much more comfortable. It was another Keith Bontrager invention. The 1x drivetrain is based on a classic TA crankset. The chain keeper is simply an old front derailleur. This setup worked flawlessly through an entire season of races, including in the USA National Championship in 1984. I've updated recently to a Shimano GRX rear derailleur and super low geared cassette. I also run clipless pedals, but back in the day the bike had pedals with toe clips and straps, of course. Cyclocross racers today have it much easier with clipless pedals, not to mention disc brakes when we ran Mayfac cantilever rim brakes back then. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, you should check out this next video about an amazing Bob Jackson. Or if you're in the market for a new gravel bike, watch my video on mine, a 2023 Trek Checkpoint SL5. Quite an upgrade. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next video.